So I wanted to actually do this last night, but there was a student show yesterday, and I was watching the matches. I had to work crowd. I had to be in the crowd and sort of act like a crowd member and stuff like that. And I'm watching these matches, and like I said, this is the next generation of reality of wrestling wrestlers, and I'm just like I realize now that it was a humbling moment for me because I realize now that I myself am at least an okay wrestler, but I don't know how to have wrestling matches. I don't know how to piece together moments and stuff like that. Like I know I can do moves cool. I can do some cool moves, but I can't put matches together like that. I can't think on the fly when you have to think on the fly. Like professional wrestling is this perfect balance of you know improv and just being as calculative as possible because it's a lot like anything else that requires having to think about what you got to do in the process of you having to do something. Most performance stuff like base things is basically you having to do something that you've practiced a million times correctly every time, while also there's a lot of blank space where you have to do certain things, and if you don't do something, the crowd might not get into it. You have to also think for the crowd. You have to think for yourself. You have to think about the other person. There's a lot of thinking involved, but you also have to be able to do stuff on the fly if need be. And I realized watching these matches is like I would have like there was like there would be moments where I would watch a match and I would be like I would have messed up right there. I would have messed up right there. Back in the day when I was watching wrestling, I used to be able to look at stuff and be like, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. But now the older I'm getting and the more I'm watching these matches, I'm like, okay, if that would have happened to me, I probably would have messed up. So I got to figure out how I'm not gonna mess up that. Okay, if that would have happened to me, I probably would have messed up. I got to figure out how to not mess up through that. I got a Batman plan this thing. So, that's kind of like how that's going in my head right now while watching this. Um, but yeah, it was, and I'm just like I said, I'm watching this stuff, and these guys, they're so good, y'all. Like Jay Knight is going to become like one of y'all favorite wrestlers down the line. Like there's Jay Knight, there's Flame, there's Amon Deshawn, there's like all of these wrestlers. You like they're fresh right now. They're new. They're still fresh. They're still new. But I'm telling you, man, down the line, they're gonna blow your minds, man. They really will. Shout out to my homies Armando and Richard, man, because these cat that they're going up there. They really are, and I have nothing but faith in them. Um, but yeah, it really just sort of it's just I'm looking at this stuff and it's really like taking into consideration that I'm just I miss wrestling, dude. Like, I don't see myself becoming like this big time. By the way, pardon the hair, okay? I know I just woke up. I look like absolute heck, but this was supposed to be done last night, and I don't care about I don't really care about how I look like that. So, but yeah, man, this was I have nothing but hope and faith in this next generation because reality of wrestling is a star factory. I mean, you got the Usos, Roxanne Perez, you got Alicia Fox. You got like so many wrestlers, dude. So many wrestlers came from reality of wrestling and went on to become like these big, larger than Sammy Guevara. You know, so many big, larger than name like life. Like they can. Some of these wrestlers can retire right now and they would just be okay for the rest of their lives. It's really something to take into consideration, just how spectacularly they're doing. So there's that. Um, But yeah, it's a lot, man. I'm really glad to just be able to see this, and you know, like now, like I said, I'm watching wrestling matches now, and I'm trying my best to just sort of pay attention, cause like there's a lot of things about professional wrestling that I just never really thought about because all I thought about was the cool moves and how to do the moves and stuff like that. Cause like I said, it's like I can moonsault now. It's like I can moonsault now. That's all I kind of want to do in the match, and it's like it's more than just a moonsault. Like I'm going. Part of me is sort of going back to my old self and being like, there's more to wrestling than just moonsaults. And it's like I know. I knew that back then, but like now it's starting to hit even harder now. Because like now is like, what do I do with the blank space? What do I do with space if I'm in the middle of the ring and another wrestler is in a corner? Like, do I just walk over to him? Do I run up and elbow him? What do I do here? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's just like, it's a lot that goes into it, man. I'm thinking about it. I haven't been able to do a lot of training lately as far as this is the update. Because I haven't been able to. I like it's money issues, but from what I understand, I can negotiate about my money issues because like they're very understanding people. They understand that because a lot of wrestlers have this moment in their careers where they are going through financial struggles and living in their cars and going through a lot of like stressful instances. So this company understands that. So I'm talking with them. So the goal now is to just try my best to get back into training as long as I can, so I can like get things going. Man, but it's like now I'm thinking to myself, if I just had a year, if I could devote a year to just nothing but wrestling, I could probably be like one of the best wrestlers in the indies. I just know that. And I know the words "the best" tends to trigger stupid people. So let me explain. That's why I said one of the best. As in, there's a whole bunch of the best wrestlers. There's a whole category. There's like hundreds of thousands of wrestlers that are the best right now. And I think that I could actually be among one of those people if I could just devote a year to wrestling and not have to worry about stuff like bills and man, dude, if I didn't have to worry about bills, bro, like I would be like working out every day. I would be training every day. Well, why aren't you working out and training now? Because of money. I do work out though. Like, I'm always going to be fat, but it's like I am working out. I'm doing what I like to call chestification, where I know that I'm going to always have a bit of a gut. So I'm trying to like work out my chest. So that way when I that work out my chest, because if I work out my chest, my arms are going to look really big. My arms are going to look big. My chest is going to look big. So as long as I have big chest and big arms, it won't care. It won't matter how my stomach looks. So that's kind of what I'm going off of, because I know I'm always gonna have a pudgy gut. My dad was a gut man. My grandparents, they both had guts. I mean, it's just like it's genetics. But I do know that like I said, I'm doing what I call chestification. The goal now is to do at least 60 push-ups without stopping, without getting tired. I used to be able to do 50 if I really breathed, but like I haven't done that in forever. So the goal now is to kind of just get back into my workout things. So I got all the space in the world. I can do my body weight exercises. So get myself in shape and everything like that. But man, if I had a year, if I could just go like 365 do train for training, I would be one of the best. I would be. I know that. But I got bills, so I gotta work. Dang. But yeah, like I said, be mindful, y'all. Like pay attention. Like we are in the crux of a wrestling renaissance, and it's so good, y'all. Wrestling is so good right now. Like, please like wrestling more than you dislike it. Y'all be easy.